Hey everyone, Akemi here. This is my first time doing a question and answer video, so I'm a little nervous, so forgive me. I'm just doing this video just kind of like why I'm cosplaying, any kind of questions you want to ask, like just basically a video about me as a cosplayer and about myself, I guess. Oh yeah, and I'm basically just wearing a wig, no real costume, just kind of put a wig on with some little flowers. So not a big thing. I just threw something on kind of thing. So we thought it'd be cute. All right, I guess to get to my first question, I had a couple people ask this. I had Drawn Sakura, Jams Anderson, Tuffy Barrick, and Mike Dolier. Sorry, I can't pronounce names very good. So, they asked, what got you into cosplay and how long ago? Let's see. I got into cosplay probably back in, when was it? I'm trying to remember. It was January 2011, I believe. It was actually SakoshiCon Birmingham was actually the kind of first time I kind of got into cosplaying. But my first time I actually cosplayed was at Comic-Con 2011. I believe that's right. Yeah. And it was basically like I went to AWA 2010 and I saw all the really amazing cosplayers, and that was the first time I'd been to a convention since back when I was in high school, which was back in like 2007 and earlier. So like it's been a while since I had gone to conventions, and it was funny because actually at those conventions I actually thought cosplayers were weird. Then of course I'm cosplaying now, which I think is quite hilarious. But yeah, I got into cosplay. I saw these cosplayers at AWA 2010, and so I was just like, I have to cosplay now. And not only that, my friends Yoko Mizuhara and then Janice Singh. I both got to know. I got to know Yoko before at Anime UAB Anime Club, and then of course Janice, like what she kind of got me into cosplay. Also, like I met her at Comic Con 2011 when I first got into cosplay. So they're both of my really good friends now, actually, and they're both really the ones that got me into cosplay, really. And of course, AWA 2010 was just a big, bang and got me into it. It was just like, yes, I have to cosplay. So, I guess that's really what got me into cosplay. Friends and AWA 2010, actually. So, yeah, let's see. Emily Fisher asked, how has cosplaying changed your life, and when will you do another group with me? Let's see. How has cosplaying changed my life? It's definitely made me more outgoing. I used to be, if you can believe it, which I still kind of am, but not as much. I used to be like a kind of fly on the wall before cosplaying. Like I used to not really. I used to be. I'm still an introvert, but I was a lot more introvert back before cosplaying. So it's definitely made me more outgoing, more happy with myself. I used to think, I was ugly, which I know now I'm not really, but I used to, especially like back in junior high, I used to be like a stick thin, and so I didn't really have any like, especially it stuck with. I got bullied back in junior high, so it kind of stuck with me through high school. I had a small group of friends, but like I still didn't like feel like I was good enough, I guess. Like I don't know, it's weird, but so I guess that's how cosplaying just made me more happy with myself and more, what's the word? I can't think of words right now. I'm sorry. More, I guess, happy with myself, I guess. I know the term. But, and then, will you do another group with me? She asked. Of course I will. I mean, why do you even ask that question? I want to do all the groups with you, Emily. All the groups. So, but yes, any group you want me to do, let me know. I'm in. So, yes, Toxic Kun RS, or Riss, I can't pronounce his name, but, he asked, who are you? So it's just a funny question. I'm just a normal person in everyday life, and then a cosplayer behind the scenes. And I'm not like one of those like professional like cosplayers. I just cosplay for fun. I mean, and I do like doing cosplay also like an art outlet. So like like making costumes and like actually bringing to life the character and maybe getting some photos, like artistic outlet. But in all, I'm just really a geek. and I just really do it for fun more than anything else. It's my hobby, I guess you could say. So that's basically who I am. I mean, I'm not like, I'm pretty much like everybody else. Katsuki Sendo asked, what suggestions would you give to would-be male cosplayers who don't know their way around a sewing machine? Male cosplay. Well, if you don't know your way around a sewing machine, I would say, I mean, I wouldn't say, I don't think gender really plays a difference. I think male and female can both sew. I don't see why female and male, I mean, I had to teach myself how to sew. Like, I'm still new at it, so I'm not really good at it. I would say it would definitely, if you have a friend that knows how to sew, maybe get them to help you learn the basics. Definitely watch videos on YouTube. They're very helpful. That's kind of where I learned how to sew, the majority of it. Let's see. And you also start like with thrift store shopping. Like if you don't want to sew, like there's definitely, you can find costumes and you can even alter it. Maybe, like, I wouldn't recommend this, but you can do it. Is like hot glue costume. The only thing is if you wash it, it wouldn't really stay. So that's just one idea, hot glue, or there's actually fabric glue, which would help stay better. But that's one idea if you don't know how to sew. And then of course, you know, hand stitching, which I actually still don't know how to hand stitch. I know kind of a little bit, but I'm not really. I've learned sewing machine more than I've learned hand sewing. It's weird. But, so I would definitely recommend that, like, you know, just start out small and maybe, you know, maybe even take, you know, like, I know there's, like, I've never taken them, but I'm not sure, so I can't really say for sure how good they are, but maybe some hand-caught fabric sewing classes. I mean, you might think it's weird, a guy going there, but, you know, if you tell them, hey, it's my hobby, you know, what's them to judge? I mean, they can see, if you get judged, who cares? I mean, we're all cosplayers. I'm sure we get judged behind the scenes all the time. So, I mean, you know, just don't think about it and whatnot. Yeah, so that's what I recommend for you, Kazuki. Erica Bedello asked, she had a couple questions, actually. She asked, how do you choose the characters you cosplay as? Well, that's actually a really good question. I guess I just choose it. If I watch an anime and I really like the character, then I'll want to cosplay them, basically. I have a very wide variety of characters, actually. I've had, like, you know, the cutesy characters, like Nia. I've had, like, the badass characters, like Homura. I mean, there's even been crazy characters I've wanted to cosplay. It's really wide variety. I don't really have a set character I like to cosplay. I do notice, though, I like to cosplay characters with long hair, which is kind of annoying because long hair gets tangled really easily. And I'm thinking, why do I do this to myself? But I don't know. But so that's kind of how I choose. It's just if I like the character or not, and I really have a wide variety when it comes to that. Let's see, my easiest and hardest cosplays, I'm not sure what you mean by easiest and hardest, like either easiest or hardest to like wear, or easiest and hardest to make. I guess easiest to make wise, like to actually like sew, none of them are really easy, but trying to remember what my easiest cosplay to sew. Well, I didn't make a whole cosplay, but my Horo from Slice and Wolf, I did make her like little pouch thing and her belt, and then of course I fabric glued like the fur onto the black pieces. So I think that was my easiest cosplay to really make because it was just these little pieces. So the hardest cosplay I've made, oh gosh, there's a whole list. Well, the majority of them are actually really hard to make. I think probably my Homura from Madoka Magica, mainly because I didn't have a pattern for her sailor collar piece, and I'm not good without patterns, and I was like literally about this, I was pretty much bawling and trying to get a friend to help me to figure out how to do this. That was kind of the hardest because I'm just, like I said, I'm not good with, I'm good as long as I have a pattern to alter, but if I don't have a pattern at all, I'm kind of stuck in deep water, basically. Easiest cosplay to wear? That would be quite a few, actually. Easiest to wear would probably be Yuri from Shadow Parts. I'm not wearing a skirt, and like it's basically guy makeup, so I don't have to involve like a whole lot of like girly makeup, and you know, short hair and pretty much a jacket. So like it's one of the most comfortable, easiest cosplay I've ever worn. It was amazing. And then hardest cosplay to wear, I would say probably Baby Doll from Sucker Punch, or probably like Baby Doll. It's mainly because she has the leather holsters, and then it's just the way it goes on. It's really hard to put on, and it's really hard to move in it. I mean, it's weird. And then like, I don't know, just the costume in general. I mean, it just involves a lot of like makeup, like eyelashes, and you know, and for me, I'm just a perfectionist, so I try to go all out. And then I would say probably that one, just because it involves a lot of pieces and stuff. That would be the hardest. Let's see, favorite and least favorite cosplays. Ooh, that's a hard one. Favorite cosplays would probably be. Hold on a second. I'm changing the settings here real quick, sorry. Okay, favorite and least favorite cosplay would probably be, let's see, my favorite cosplay, I'm trying to think back at all my cosplays. I like all my cosplays, it's so hard to pick a favorite. My favorite would probably be Horo from Spice and Wolf. I've always enjoyed cosplaying Horo. And I never will not enjoy cosplaying her, so like I definitely would call her my favorite cosplay. My least favorite cosplay, I don't know if I really have a least favorite. I'm trying to think of a least favorite cosplay. Well, I guess my least favorite, which was actually my first cosplay, like I might redo her in the future again, but I actually sold a costume. It was a bot costume. It was Misaki from Kaicho wa Maid-sama. It was mainly because it was my first cosplay, and I didn't do any of the makeup. Like, I wasn't really good at makeup when I first started cosplaying, and I didn't really like the wig on me, and I don't know, I just wasn't a huge fan of that costume, and so, of course, I sold it, you know, through time. But I would say that's probably my least favorite, just because, yeah, I guess it's my first cosplay, so I was like, I didn't like any of my pictures I did or anything. So, that was probably my least favorite. Tips for cosplay props. I'm probably not the best person to ask. I'm not really good at props myself. My friend Foxy Kushida or Celeste Origami, they're the ones I would definitely ask when it comes to props, because I'm still a beginner when it comes to props. I've learned a few things when it comes to props, like, you know, when you're trying to spray paint a PCP pipe, you'll need to sand it down and then spray paint it. Tester spray paint is really good in general, like especially on plastic and stuff. And especially trying to get that gold or silver shine, Tester's spray paint, not lacquer, I can't remember the exact name, but it's Testers. But they're the best spray paint you can get, I guess. Let's see what else. Air dry clay, which I found recently. It's really amazing. It dries pretty much like rock, and it's pretty cool. I wish I knew it existed. I knew of the oven baked clay, but this air dry clay is pretty much the same. You just allow it to dry over 24 hours sort of thing, and then you can like paint it and stuff.